This is otherwise known as the Crypto
The
Woman.
CryptoWoman.
Yes. Here's my friend Adedayo from the offices of Jelurida Africa to share with us today a little bit about how he and his team there in Nigeria are going to advance blockchain technology of Ardor, Nxt and Ignis across the continent of Africa. Adedayo, how are you going to do this?
Hi, Elizabeth. It's a very great pleasure being here with you today. And of course, granting me the opportunity to um, pitch to you, I will actually plan to spread the blockchain adoption across the continent of Africa. Now, I've been working with Jelurida now for over a year, close to 2 years, if you ask me. And we've been trying to spread the adoption of the blockchain across Nigeria and of course some African continents. But one thing we've realized over time, after organizing several events, sponsoring several events, giving several keynote speeches on the stage and all, we've been able to identify the necessity of having a base in Africa if we actually, if we are going to be able to spread the adoption. So we need to have an office in Africa. So we discussed this just about 2 months ago, and now here we have an office already in Africa. So yeah, it's kind of interesting actually. I mean, for something to have been discussed recently, less than 2 months ago, now we have an office. So this is a plan. So after getting the office, we were able to recruit a couple of guys to handle some of the specific roles on the team. We have UI UX to handle the user interface for any app we're going to develop. But of course, to focus on the user experience. And these guys are very, very experienced in their fields. We also have a blockchain developer to focus on developing the blockchain aspect when it comes to the coding, the programming, and all. And of course, we have the client relation who specializes in reaching out to the clients, to the customers, the prospects, keeping up with the conversation and to ensure that they are all in the loop when it comes to the information dissemination. And of course, we have our content developer, the content specialist, who focuses on, because the backbone of most industries is the media. If we're doing something on the media, or probably the world doesn't know what we're doing, we are as good as being silent or as good as being mute. So we have a content specialist who focuses on this area, writing articles about every single thing that we do, day-to-day activities, and of course reaching out to the media outlets to let them know what we're doing, so that the world can know about us. And of course we have the admin specialist who manages the offices. So anytime we're not available, we're probably managing the incoming and the outgoing emails as well. And of course you've met Sean, who is the BitSwift representative in Nigeria here. So we're also working together with BitSwift, with the Chowchin on the Ardor platform, because we are trying to consolidate our team. Focusing on the team strength is very, very important in delivering any project aim within the country. Because what they will look at is how competent we are, the strength of our team, and of course the previous experience. And we have all this, and we're just trying to show the world what we have, trying to show them the strength of our team, and to show them the kind of connection, the tentacles we spread across the globe. The team in Switzerland, the team in Bulgaria, in Barcelona, in the United States, and now the team in Africa. So gradually, I believe we're going to achieve all we set out to achieve. It's only a matter of time.
I don't doubt you, Adedayo. I I remember when I first met you, it was as a support specialist, having come to
Exactly.
us from Poloniacs after
Exactly.
our was done. And you've actually been a support specialist for Jelurida for quite some time, as your strengths were recognized, and you've been speaking and presenting blockchain now at different events and conferences. So you are a mover and a shaker. I'm impressed. A team of 7 people in Africa after 2 months after the vision. That's incredible. So building on that momentum, I can't wait to see what you do.
Thank you very much.
I just have to let everybody know how much I enjoy talking with you. One of the things that I especially enjoy is your vision for blockchain and for what it can do. You seem to have a real personal passion for what it can do in your country and in your continent, and then by extension around the world. Can you tell me a little bit about one of the if you could apply blockchain with a magic wand in an instant right now,
Okay.
your country, what use case would you apply it to first?
That's a tough question you ask me because, you know, for a country like mine, Nigeria, for example, we have a lot of issues that needs to be combated. We have a lot of issues that needs to be solved. And one thing I so much enjoy about the blockchain is the features, the decentralized feature, the transparency. And of course, this solves a lot of things. So combating corruption in the country is something that can be done on the blockchain. So if we combat the corruption, I believe we've combated a whole lot of issues as well. And of course, this starts from the, the voting aspect. And this is something that's very, very possible on the hardware blockchain. I mean, if people can vote and you know that when you're voting, your vote counts, start being transparent in that regard, and the immutability aspect of the blockchain as well makes it possible that every single vote counts. So if you can solve the issue of rigging the election vote, I believe that's the beginning. I mean, you have the opportunity of voting into the seat the right person. And if you can do that, of course, you know that the blockchain adoption, that's the beginning of spreading the blockchain adoption. Because it's until the person that is supposed to be in the seat, the government seat, is there, that's when you can easily welcome the broad adoption of the blockchain technology. But if you kept on having the wrong person on the seat for a very long time, it becomes difficult to spread the adoption. So if you can, what's it called? In a twinkle of an eye,
Yes.
if you can make it happen on the blockchain, I think I'll focus on the voting aspect, the governance, the blockchain governance.
Adedayo, have you, well, I know we're both passionate about Ignis and that technology. Have you seen what our colleague, the Wiremaster, Corrado from Switzerland is working on, the smartvoting.net?
Yes, I have. And of course, I reached out to him a couple of days back. So yes, we're actually supposed to discuss this in details.
Good.
Very soon. Now this can be applied. And this is something so great. And I think it's a savior of the African nations. The savior of the African nations. That's the extent to which I believe in the project.
Yeah. It's probably needed in several different aspects around the world.
Yeah.
It might be a while before national governments jump on board, but certainly local and regional corporate voting. But right, it will have corruption, not just in Africa, but around the world. So it's fun to work on these projects that have a global impact, isn't it? It really is. See, write some articles.
Yeah, true. I've written articles because mostly, like I said initially, one of the things that inspire my article writing is based on what I experience around. Like somebody needs to be really involved. Somebody needs to have the experience personally before you can truly express it. So it's a personal experience coupled with the willingness to solve most of these problems.
Right.
And this is where the blockchain comes in. So the articles about the insurance, about pension benefits, I mean, a couple of things that you can actually do better if you can get rid of the middlemen, get rid of the people claiming bribes and all. A couple of things you can do better with that. And with the transparency and the decentralized nature of the blockchain, the entire thing is very possible. I mean, imagine the kind of good you do in the supply chain industry, the kind of good you do in the medical industry, the kind of, benefits that people will gain from having a decentralized system of governance. So all these, they have what inspire most of these articles. I mean, the solution is there. All we need to just to make it easy for people to understand, and of course, spread the word of the adoption of the blockchain technology.
And it's your passion that comes across and makes you a thought leader in this industry now, and a motivator. So I hope that you can take that energy with you to the people you meet in your country that also experience those things, and show them the easy solution. I'm real excited for you. So I'm going to post the website, Jelurida Africa, here, and can you tell us what that is, though, for the listeners?
Yeah, the name of the website we run is gelafrica.com. Normally we'll go for Jelurida Africa, but the repetition of the A that ends Jelurida and the A that begins Africa makes it possible to do. So we went for gelafrica.com.
Kind of rolls off your tongue. Gelafrica.com.
Exactly, Gel Africa.
To go and read what is happening now or developing now in Africa with Ardor, Nxt and Ignis through Jelurida. Thank you so much, Adedayo, for the introduction to your office, to your team today, and all the best.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth.